Hello everyone, my name is Ishita Sachan, student of MA in Political Science from Vasanta College for Women, PHU. Today I will presenting my topic that is containing Pakistan. So let's start. First of all, let's see what topics we will focus on. So, firstly I will be introducing my topic, then a little background context, then key objectives, key events at the summit, then I will be discussing some core issues, then we will see why the summit failed, the immediate consequences, legacy and long-term impact, and then I will be critically analyzing it, and then I will conclude my topic. So let's start with our first slide, that is introduction. So, what do you understand by Agra Summit? What was the Agra Summit? The Agra Summit was a high-profile diplomatic meeting held between India and Pakistan on July 15th to 16th, 2001, in the historic city of Agra, India. It marked a significant attempt to revive the peace dialogue between the two nuclear-armed neighbors. The summit was attended by Indian Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee and Pakistani President General Pervez Musharraf. The primary objective of the summit was to address long-standing issues, particularly the contentious dispute over Jammu and Kashmir, and to lay the groundwork for a peaceful and cooperative bilateral relationships. Now let's see the background context. So historical tensions, if we talk about, so India and Pakistan have had a tumultuous relationship since their partition in 1947, primarily fueled by the territorial dispute over Kashmir. The two countries have fought three major wars, that is 1947 to 48, 1965 and 1971, and a limited conflict in 1999, the Kargil War further exacerbated tensions. The Kargil War conflict particularly strained relations as it was perceived that the Pakistani army under Musharraf's leadership had clandestinely initiated the conflict despite ongoing peace efforts. 2000 ceasefire and renewed dialogue. Despite hostilities, diplomatic engagements continued intermittently. In 2000, India declared a unilateral ceasefire in Kashmir, which created a window for renewed dialogue. Both countries began informal diplomacy, building up to the Agra summit as an opportunity to re-establish trust and engage in meaningful negotiations. Now let's go to third slide, that is key objectives. So India's aim was that India entered the summit with a firm stance on ending cross-border terrorism, which it accused Pakistan of sponsoring. Another key objective was to affirm its position that Jammu and Kashmir is an integral part of India and not open to external negotiation. Pakistan's aim was that President Musharraf sought to bring international attention to the Kashmir issue, portraying it as an unresolved dispute and a source of human rights violations. He aimed to press for a solution that acknowledged the aspirations of the Kashmiri people. Shared goals. Despite divergent perspectives, both nations expressed a willingness to improve bilateral relations through peace-building efforts, increasing trade, and implementing confidence-building measures. Now, next slide if we see, so it is talking about the key events at the summit. The summit included a series of formal talks held at the JP Palace Hotel in Agra. President Musharraf paid homage to Mahatma Gandhi at Rajghat, signaling respect for Indian national symbol. A notable event was Musharraf's candid interaction with Indian media, where he spoke assertively about Kashmir. Several bilateral discussions took place, exploring the possibility of joint declarations and peaceful resolution frameworks. Then, discussing the core issues, so the Kashmir dispute was the centerpiece of the dialogue. India emphasized terrorism and the necessity of ensuring peace and stability in the region. Other topics included mutual security concerns, nuclear arms control, and trade relations. Both sides discussed nuclear CPMs to reduce the risk of accidental conflict and foster a climate of strategic stability. Now, next slide talks about that why the summit failed. The Agra summit ultimately failed to produce a joint statement or agreement. Deep-seated mistrust, especially after the Kargil conflict, hindered consensus. India was cautious about Musharraf's credibility due to his military background and role in Kargil. The lack of agreement on the phrasing and framing of Kashmir in any official document led to deadlock. Resistance within Indian political and bureaucratic circles further undermined the summit's potential. Next slide is immediate consequences. So the summit's collapse led to a deterioration in diplomatic relations. The December 2001 attack on the Indian Parliament severely escalated tensions, leading a massive military standoff under Operation Parakram, with both sides deploying troops along the border for nearly a year. Hopes raised by the Agra talks were dashed, and hostility returned to the forefront of bilateral relations. Next, legacy and long term impact. While the Agra summit did not achieve its immediate objectives, it had lasting implications. It demonstrated the willingness of both sides to engage, albeit under constrained circumstances. The summit became a reference point in South Asian diplomacy for how personality driven diplomacy, that is, Musharraf and Vajpayee, can falter without institutional support and structured dialogue mechanism. It emphasized the necessity for preparatory groundwork and alignment within domestic political framework. Now I will be critically analyzing my topic. So the summit was rich in symbolism but poor in outcomes. Musharraf's assertive media engagement, though intended to win hearts and minds, alienated some sections of the Indian polity. The absence of a well-defined negotiation framework and pre-summit consensus made it difficult to translate intentions into agreements. The summit serves as a cautionary tale about balancing public diplomacy with sensitive negotiations in deeply entrenched conflicts. Now, at the last, I would like to conclude my topic. So, the Agra summit was a missed opportunity in many ways, but also a critical step in continuing dialogue between India and Pakistan. It highlighted the complexities of the relationship and the high stakes of any engagement between the two nations. It reaffirmed that sustainable peace requires trust, preparation, and comprehensive engagement. While the summit did not succeed, it remains a valuable case study for future diplomacy in the region, underscoring the importance of sustained dialogue and the need for national and international support structures for peace. Thank you.